Back in Week 4, the Packers dominated their first matchup against the Lions. Can Detroit get revenge? Find out next on EA Sports.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, Charles, it's our annual trip north for Thanksgiving. The Lions have been hosting this game going all the way back to 1934.
If you back it up even further, the NFL's played games on this day going all the way back to 1920. Look, it's a tradition in America. High school, college, NFL, Thanksgiving football. Let's do it.
The first of three here on this Thanksgiving Day, set for a good one. The Packers and the Lions underway in Detroit. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his fourth NFL season, Jordan Love.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
That's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And Dillon going to pick up a Packers first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 62 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Back to Dillon on first down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Love from the gun on third down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken around the 12. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And one of the linebackers has got it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career's been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Gone. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. from the 33. Here's 2nd down and 7. Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
But, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. This one into the hands of the rookie Luke Musgrave.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Love with a give to Dillon.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Love looking to throw it.
The throw right side going to be complete to DeGuara.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
We're scoreless after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running right, here's Dillon.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Love.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. An 8-play drive to this point.
So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing. Love.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Goff.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
He's got it up to the 15. Showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And St. Brown going to have the Lions 1st down as he'll get this to the 23-yard line.
That one goes for 8 yards. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
St. Brown motioning left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here now a 3rd and 20.
Love. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
How about the show put on by these 2 defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
Taken right around the 44. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it. Rallied his Jets to a Super Bowl win, one of the greatest upsets in NFL history. Broadway Joe, the man.
Goff's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw, Goff. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 3rd and 5.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Muscles him off. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. Now Goff on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
To throw is Goff.
Montgomery, another target and catch.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To the air again. Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Goff on 3rd down.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Finally on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for Bears and Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
Running left, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Gone.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10.
At their own 27. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
These two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
Love, they go play action now. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Love now.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Goff now looks to throw. This complete to Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, Love. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Packers are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
From the 50, it's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down. Throwing again is Goff. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. On the defensive end, Cameron Sutton with the tackle. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So here come the Lions now.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
On 1st down, it's gone.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Goff now looking to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Goff. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This a 2nd and 8.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Love.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down by 11. A minute 46 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Goff. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the end zone, Goff. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is fourth down.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On third down, Love.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. He made his first, this from 47 yards out.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
But Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.